guys, this week is a massive week. This week, we're gonna be working on some hip extension. So we're gonna have 3 drills for you guys to do. The awesome part about these drills is that it's done in real time. Typically, hip extension happens in fractions of a second with all of our lifts. So that's cleans, that's deadlifts, anything that deals with that hip extension. So these drills allow you to feel that in real time. Also, hip extension is a massive part of our lifting. A lot of times, if there's a problem with lifting, it often leads to that hip extension. So I'm gonna lead you guys through a couple of drills with my lovely assistant, Coach Madi. All right, you guys, so for this first drill, all you need is your hands and your hips. So for this, you guys are gonna put your hands right in front of your legs, as Madi will do, and then she's going to tuck back and then hip full extension to her hands. Go ahead and go. Good. So this first part we're gonna do in that power position. Go ahead and go again. So for this drill, you guys, she's not bringing her hands to her hips, she's using her hips and fully extending to her hands. As you can see, good, landing in that power position. Next one we will drop into the bottom of our squat. Same thing, hips go to the hands, and go. Good. Make sure that you're keeping that posterior chain active so you're not bottoming out and you're catching in a nice stable position. Another awesome thing about these drills is that it works on footwork. As you can see, when Madi does this, go ahead and go. She's going from her start stance to her land stance. So when she lands, her feet are just a little bit wider. But again, she's landing flat-footed in a stable position. All right, you guys, for this next drill, you are either going to need a table to sit on, a chair, or a box, whatever you have that elevates you off the ground. You want to be in about a 90-degree position when you sit. So for this first one, Madi's going to start sitting on the box. Feet are flat-footed. This position right here simulates our first position, that starting position, in our snatches or our cleans with that tension in the hamstring with that PVC or that barbell right at mid-shin. So for this drill, Madi is going to start by pressing her feet straight down into the floor, and she's going to jump straight up, opening her hips fully at the top. Making sure that as you're jumping off the box, being conscious of not having muted hips, making sure that we are actively extending fully at the top. You will have a slight arch in your back to reach that full extension in your hips, but that is a-okay, as long as we're not extending too far backwards and then we're compromising our spines in the movement. So a little bit of extension backwards is totally fine. Madi, I'm gonna have you do another one. Good. Another way you can do this drill is you can bring your feet off the floor a little bit in your starting position. So Madi's gonna move back. Go ahead. Same thing, pressing those feet straight into the floor and reaching full extension at the top as soon as your feet meet. Go ahead and do one more. Good. That is our second drill. All right, you guys, third and final drill for this hip extension work is actually a more advanced drill. So if you're already pretty comfortable with your hip extension, this is just a way to really solidify good technique with opening up your hips fully for your lifts. This last drill, Madi is going to start on the floor. These will be in contact with the floor. She's going to sit back. Her glutes will meet her feet. Feet are flat on the floor. From here, she's going to open her hips up, reach that full extension, and land with feet under the hips in her squat stance. Good. We want to make sure, you guys, that as we are landing in the bottom of our squat, we stay in a nice active position, keeping that posterior chain nice and lit. So that means squeezing our quads, squeezing our glutes, and those hamstrings. I'm going to go ahead and have Madi show you again. Good. She reaches full extension, lands in an active position in the bottom of her squat.
For the box drills, we recommend you guys do about 5 sets of 5 every day. For if you're trying that drill from the ground, the hip extension drill from the ground, maybe like a couple sets of 2 or 3. It's pretty difficult.
It is.
And we don't want you to do that under too much fatigue. Kelly and I loved receiving your videos of your pull progressions last week. That was awesome, guys. But this week, we're gonna level up just one more level. And we would love to see you guys post these videos, especially of the hip clap extension, on Facebook so everyone can see the progress that you're making. Everyone can see that you guys are getting your technique work in. Good luck this week, guys.
Have fun hitting that hip extension.
Bye.
See you later.